computer. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Knitting Place podcast. This is podcast number 46.
Correct. A week later. You did it, Dina.
We did it.
A week.
In a row.
See how long
we did it. That was a big, especially this week.
Especially. I have all weeks to start doing it, right?
Woo! Yeah, I've had a banner week. We both have, actually.
Well, listen, this too shall pass.
Yes.
Keep saying that, right?
Yes. This episode should be called The Juggle is Real.
No, it should be The Struggle Juggle.
The Struggle Juggle. Crazy. Okay, so what should we start with? How about we start with what's new?
Go ahead.
And what's new is I tested positive. I tested negative. I'm delirious.
I thought you were talking about knitting, but go ahead.
Sorry. I want to get official stuff out of the way.
Sure.
I tested negative, gratefully, thankfully.
Yes.
For COVID.
Yep.
However, my husband tested positive, and therefore I have someone at home to take care of, and I'm still in quarantine. So I'm afraid that I am challenged a bit this week.
The shop isn't open.
It is not open again. To
everyone's chagrin, but
no, I'm sorry. Someone's at the door. Yeah, I had to say I'm not open. That's okay. So I'm not open. I cannot welcome anyone at the door. I'm still in quarantine, and I'm praying that I don't get sick. Right.
Because then it's going to go even longer.
Exactly.
Right?
So I feel like I had to rewind the clock. I'm starting over with quarantine. We got the results. When was that? Friday, late midnight, around that.
So you're going to go for another, but your test was, his was positive, yours was negative.
Right. We had a feeling that he might be sick on Thursday when he actually went for the test. No, we went for the test, on
Friday.
So
it was not the rapid that you did. It was the regular test you did.
It was the regular
one
test.
That's more reliable, right?
Yes. It's the one that's more reliable. And we actually took separate cars because we thought we already started to actually quarantine from one another that morning. So when he started to show signs, he decided to go separately. I went separately, and then I ended up coming to work because I just didn't want to really be around him until I knew.
Correct.
And lo and behold, the results
came. Positive, you were
Pardon?
He was positive, you were negative.
Exactly. So it's really odd.
How is he feeling? But everyone's going to ask, how is he feeling?
So how's he feeling? His symptoms seem to be slight. He has fevers, like he breaks a sweat at night. So he's clearly experiencing a fever. I've neglected to give him the thermometer, so we don't know how high his fever is going. He's complaining of body aches and headaches, but he's okay. He's not horizontal.
He's not having, correct. He can get up and walk around and all
yes. I mean, he's isolating in my daughter's room.
Right.
When I leave the house, I recommend that he get up and just walk a little bit, and not just lay horizontal. A few people have messaged and said, be careful of, secondary like pneumonia or something like that to hit. So he's okay. It's rough. It's not fun. He feels lethargic. He's tired. He's cranky. He wants to be at work. He's frustrated.
I think that's a big part of it too,
Yes. It's when you want to do something and you feel like you can't. So that's probably the largest struggle. It's hard isolating at home without the kids. And I mean, I really feel alone.
Well, you're isolated. It's the true meaning of isolation, right?
Yes. I've been trying to, while I'm taking care of him, I've been trying to take care of myself as well. For those of you who know me, probably know that I'm a workaholic. And I love my work, and I really dedicate a lot of time here, but I've honestly been trying to stay away, trying to get as much stuff that I can get done, that I need to get done in the shop in a minimal amount of hours, and then I go home and I take care of him and I try to rest myself. So if you're trying to call or reach the shop, you may reach the answering machine. You can always
right. The answering machine says we'll open next week,
God willing.
Right. So, it's not going to be probably before then seeing customers, right?
No, I don't foresee seeing customers before the 22nd of February. And that's assuming that I'm okay and I continue to stay healthy.
Correct.
At that point, Pam, if God forbid I get sick, maybe you can come in and hold the fort. And I know that will be a struggle. It's very hard running the shop alone. I do it myself. It's my shop. I wouldn't want to put it on Pam, but I certainly know that I can lean on Pam if I need to. She's made that quite clear.
Yeah, well, of course, anything, I always say to Dina, anything you want me to do.
Yes, and I'm very grateful for that. So thank you.
You're welcome. I can even make chicken soup.
I'm very blessed. My mother called and she said she made matzo ball soup, so I'm going to pick that up and on my way home.
Right. But she's going to leave it outside for you, right?
Yes. I requested a meal yesterday.
Right. Just make it clear to everybody that you're not having contact with her.
No, I'm definitely not. Listen, I say I'm going to my mom's. She leaves the pot outside the door on the porch. I go, I pick it up, I wave hello through the window. She just wants to see me.
Of course, that's it. And that's,
I leave.
That's what it should be right now. But you know what? Again, I think it's hard partially through it now at this point, and just let's see it through to the end.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. It's definitely a real.
We have to say we've been very lucky in terms of up until now. We haven't had anything like this happen.
It's just so ironic. I was thinking about that. It's been a year. I posted in the February challenge. And somebody said, oh, wow, the good old days. They commented on my photo. I put a photo of my family, and we were sitting in a restaurant. It had been a year ago, just shy of a year. We went to visit Jake in California at the onset.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
And he was like, Mom, you got to cancel. You have to.
I remember that.
You can't do yarn crawl. He was so.
Well, we were just
adamant.
Yarn crawl just got in under the wire last year.
Literally.
A week before we closed down, right?
Yep. I mean, we really just got in with that. But I'm amazed at how a year has gone by. And I think I was the only one to bark about it. I think I raised the issue. Maybe we should cancel yarn crawl. Maybe we shouldn't do it. And of course we just.
Well, who knew last year? That was.
We didn't know.
Who know what? And in your wildest dreams, you would never have imagined that you would still be, operating this way.
Well, that's what I wanted to say.
So far down the road, right?
So ever since we closed, I think I'm the only shop on Long Island that remained closed.
Correct.
I only do curbside. I've exercised such caution, and of course, I'm the one.
Well, listen, but you understand. But yeah, that didn't have to do with the shop. It's funny. I saw a post today from a yarn shop who said that she knows a friend, someone who has a yarn shop, who someone came in having tested for COVID, but not yet having the results, ended up being positive, and she had to close the shop.
Her shop, her knitting shop?
No, her friend's knitting shop. It wasn't her experience. It was for a friend. Correct. I guess, she knows local, shop owners, yarn shop owners. So what happened was someone came in, they had tested, they didn't know, but they went into the shop anyway, not knowing, and they got tested, and so they ended up having to close the shop. Now, I don't know if the person got or whatever it was, but she had to close the shop, and she's saying, this is what we're struggling against when you talk about a business letting people in, and a business,
that person took a test. She took, whoever it was, he, she, they, that person took a test. They should have not been milling around. I feel like if you're going to take a test, be responsible, stay home. Don't expose yourself if you're under.
You're taking a test because you think it might be positive.
Correct.
So
or exercise in caution, which I admire. But at that point, just see it through before you risk other people.
Correct.
Or put other people at risk.
Which is what you're doing now, because while you continue to be negative, that could change.
Yes.
We hope it doesn't change, right? We hope it doesn't change, but
But I'm still exercising caution. I would never want to be responsible for anyone getting sick.
Oh, of course.
And I hope everyone understands my position. I think I'm not sleep deprived because I've definitely been resting, but I can't speak. Okay. How about enough about COVID?
Let's talk about knitting.
Let's talk about knitting. So since last week, any FOs? I've had no FOs either.
No FOs, no new cast-ons. So it's kind of boring, maybe. I hope not.
Well, I have a new cast-on, but I'm not allowed to share. It's a test knit.
Well, that's interesting.
It's definitely interesting. However, I have not, you'd think that being at home more, I might have more time to knit. It's not the case.
No.
I've just been distracted, taking care of my husband, just resting. I don't know. I haven't been picking up my needles, unfortunately. So no new cast. Well, the new cast on, but not much to show. You want to talk about whips?
You can't show it though, right?
I'm not allowed, right? I may be able to show a snippet here and there, but no.
Can't show it yet. No. Okay. Go ahead. You want to show your whips? Go ahead. You go first.
You start with yours, Pam.
Okay. I should have it right next to me, but I don't. Give me one.
Then I will start with mine.
Go right ahead. I'm just getting it.
Okay. So the only whip that I've really been working on is my Dust of Snow, and I have not been staying on par with my daily color work, meaning a color a day.
Yeah, well, that's a lot. That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. I haven't been able to, but I have made progress. I think I've knit about 7 colors so far.
Nice.
So I could show you that. This is my Dust of Snow by Helen Stewart.
Does each section take as long as the sections on the other one you did? I can't remember the name of it.
You mean, what did I say that name it was? I think I marked it incorrectly.
You get adventurous,
right? Wrap. And I think I mistakenly said that it was the adventurer because I was on your adventurer train with the hat.
That was my hat. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So
does this one take longer or shorter?
It doesn't take longer. It takes less to knit, but I just haven't been knitting, I guess, being that dedicated to the knit. But it's absolutely gorgeous.
But you've gotten a lot done.
Yeah. It's my neutral kit from Amanda Hope Yarns. So you might see a little progress each week. And that's it. I don't have much to show. I really haven't worked on my Kuffel. I did decide that I am going to use white.
Well, that's a big decision.
That was a big decision for me. See, it's been a challenging week. The struggle is real. I decided on the white.
You
with
did.
Tammy's help, yes.
Well, I think that's it. Well, listen, I would have done
it.
That doesn't mean you should do it. I keep thinking when I take this out of the bag, it's going to be navy. I don't know why, but it's black.
Because you tried navy.
I don't know.
Excuse me, I don't need to drink out of a bottle, but I'm going to.
Go ahead. This is my Kuffel. It's hard to see because I'm on a color work section and it curls up. And I think I'm on the second row. No, the second or third row of the second color work section. So you can't even see it really.
That's very pretty.
But this is the top.
Yeah. I think I'll be happy with that.
Right. And I know some people were talking about the width of the neckline.
Yes, I have to say, by the way, Pam, I'm just going to interject. A lot of new people have joined our Ravelry group, and I haven't been on it
all weekend. I have to say, I'm terrible.
They've been on. People have been chatting. It's quite nice.
Saying?
No, just, asking about short rows, about color work, just making, just creating involvement in the thread, which is what we had asked. And it's kind of nice that that's happening because we have been inactive in that area.
Right.
And you mentioned the neck and people were talking about how do I make the neck bigger, smaller. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think my neck looks particularly big. Do you?
No.
I don't think so. It's interesting though that, if you've never done short rows, this might be a good project to start it because there's only like 4 short rows, but they're repeated. So it's practice.
Right. So it's good. And it's not that intense. What Pam is referring to is that when you only have 4 short rows, you're only going back and forth several times as opposed to in some garments, they have you work the short rows for 8 rows or 10
and it
rows.
just happens at the top and then you don't see it again. This one, you can learn, right?
Right.
And this is, for anyone who doesn't know, this is the Kuffel.
That's beautiful. So it's by Alexis Winslow. It's using Forge. I believe that sample there, that model is in Midnight and Aspen. And if you're looking for Aspen, we are currently sold out. Excuse me, Pam and I.
Do we still have fawn? Do we still have fawn?
We have, actually, I believe it's downstairs. I don't see it on the shelf. A substitute that you and I had discussed, I'm sorry, my brain just shifted. You could use Natural by Rios, Malabrigo Rios.
Oh, yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
So if you were interested in doing the white, you certainly could do that.
Right.
But people have been very creative using different color combinations. You don't need to do the white just because you see the white.
Well, it's very exciting, Dina. I don't know about you, but how exciting is it to have an active Ravelry group?
I know, that's what I was saying. Like, it's something for me to like log into. I feel like it's a pen pal area.
And some promotion. Let's do some promotion. If you're not a member of the Knitting Place Ravelry group, well, then what are you waiting for? Just do it. There's a thread there where you can post FOs.
Right. We'd love to see your FOs.
Yeah, that we have to get more active. I should post some things on there. I could certainly do that. But if you're on it and you have FOs, post them in the FO thread. What do you think?
We'd love to see
what that thread going. Let's get that thread going.
There you go. And do we have a whip, like anything new that you maybe purchased at the shop and you just cast on and are excited to share?
And that do we have a whip thread? I think we do. I have to look and see. I'm not sure. I'll look and see. But my point is, we always say, Dina, that when you're in the shop, how much inspiration do you get from people who come in with something on the needles or something they just finished, and then someone else sees it and they say, oh, I want to make that, right?
Right.
The Ravelry thread can be the same exact thing.
Exactly. It's your platform.
People are posting their FOs. You can, then you can message them and,
It'll be our own little virtual reality room.
Let's get it active.
There you go.
I'll look it up and see if
what did I just want to, you just mentioned something about the thread.
In Ravelry?
Yeah. I'm in a fog.
It'll come back to you. It'll come back to you. I'm just looking up now to see if we have a thread.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. So in lieu of what people are working on, that was we asked our viewers to leave a comment as to what they were working on. The last YouTube.
Yeah, what did they say?
So people have been working on several different projects. There were a lot of habitation throws, different.
A lot of socks.
There were socks, there were sweaters, and Pam and I refrained from commenting, and we just want to let you all know that we will go back this week and reply to your comments. Thank you so much. We've received about 113. I know that number because we used Number Generator to generate a winner.
Yes.
This week's giveaway, and we're super excited because we're grateful that we reached 4,000 subscribers.
Oh, do we have 4,000? Really? I haven't looked at that to see how many.
Yes, we have 4,000 subscribers, and we want to celebrate. And we just wanted to let you know that we appreciate all your comments, and we will reply to them now that we have generated a winner.
I'm sorry that it doesn't seem like I'm distracted. The reason I'm distracted is I went on the Ravelry thread. We do not have a thread for whips, but we have a thread for FOs. And I'm looking at the thread for FOs, and it says on the thread that it was, let me go back to it if I can find it, that it was commented on like 3 days ago. Who posted them to see? Did someone post something 3 days ago that I'm missing?
Wait, can you repeat that? You had bad connection. Someone posted 3 days ago?
That's what it said on my, hold on, on the group thread, So I'm just going back to the group thread again to see if I can go back to the Knitting Place. And it says 3 days ago, the Knitting Place FOs. And I'm looking on it. Now when you post on Ravelry, is the most recent page one or is the newest, the last page? Do you know?
If there's 5 pages, you'd have to go to the number 5.
Sophie posted the quickly done raglan sweater with Rauma in an alpaca lin.
Fabulous.
Very nice, Sophie.
Can you show it?
Yes, I do.
Wow, that's awesome.
Isn't that pretty?
That is.
She must have done, it must have been from the, that book, the Rauma book.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Yes, she used alpaca lin and dark blue. She used alpaca lin. That's what she used. We have those kits, don't we have those
Yes,
kits
we
on the
do.
website?
Yes, we do. And the books actually just came back in. I believe I need to put them back on. That's
So
lovely.
let's commit to posting an FO. Everyone post an FO on the thread. What do you think, Dina?
Fabulous. Thank you, Sophie. We appreciate your.
That was very good. And that's why I was just I was looking, I was distracted. I couldn't figure out who that was.
We appreciate your activity and posting, and you're giving us a boost. So thank you.
Do you know this thread was started 10 years ago?
Don't even say how many posts are on there.
There were 3 pages. There were 3 pages.
3. Lord.
Anyway, that's funny. But we should be using that more, right? What do you think?
Definitely. I think we're making progress. Listen, we just started.
Yep.
Do you recall how many? I mean, we have new members, right?
I was just, Dina, funny you said that because I was just going to look at that. It says you have 437 members. You had 393 when we started Kuffel. So you've picked up 40 members.
That's wonderful. Thank you, everybody.
I have no idea what a good number is for members. I have no idea. But if we have 4,000 subscribers on YouTube.
You know what? It's a personal goal. You can't compare it, it's whatever.
But Ravelry is really, Ravelry is great for looking up projects, looking up yarns, getting yarn ideas, right, Dina?
Absolutely. I'm just laughing because of the amount of attention we need to spend on all of these platforms. Was it you? No. Yes, you shared the post, actually. You told me about the post about social media.
The algorithm.
Instagram, the algorithm, how the algorithm changed.
Yep.
The more I was thinking about it, none of my kids are home, so I couldn't really have a deep conversation about it. Mm-hmm. But the way they have you, it was interesting, the order in which.
Yeah, where it used to be liking and commenting were the big things. Now they're 3 and 4.
Correct. And marking it and sharing it.
Saving it and sharing it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But let me ask you a question. When you save it, where are you saving it to?
I don't know.
I know it's that little thing on the side, but it's funny. Before we went on, I was looking and by accident, I saved something. It's fine. It's not a big deal. My finger hit the wrong thing. But I'm like, well, if I want to go and look at it, where am I looking?
So it's funny. So it reminds me of the February challenge. What's in your queue? Queue number 13. Mm-hmm. I had one thing in my queue. I like everything. Everything's in my face.
Right.
But I have nothing.
Yeah, I do the same thing. I don't have anything in my queue.
So as far as being saved, who knows? I mean, I don't think I've ever used that actual, let me, save. Although
right.
It's probably a good thing to use, I suppose.
But I have to find out. It's funny. You talk about the kids, not asking the kids. I had my kids yesterday. I should have asked them. Where does it go?
Where does it go? But
how do I see it?
Think about it. Marking, sharing, commenting, liking. Those are four pulses that you need to like, and it doesn't stop there.
Well, it's almost like, honestly, it's almost like commenting is unnecessary. Wait, was commenting number 2?
I don't believe so. I think commenting was number 3. But what's crazy is, my point is, you are so attached to the phone. I'm looking, those weekly reports. I'm looking to reduce my.
I know. Well, I think the whole thing is and I always say this, we always have this conversation, trying to be disciplined in terms of when you do it and how much time you spend. I always try to look at it and as if, if I took that half hour and I knit, what would I have to show for it? I'd have something to show for it, right? Mm-hmm. Right?
Yes, absolutely. We have a customer who's doing that. She's reducing her screen time and replacing it with knitting, which is very productive. Mm-hmm. But at the same token, there's certain hours in the day. I don't know how the algorithm works, but certain things come up in your feed in certain times of the day. You
can you try to think there are better times of the day to post and such, yeah.
Well, I don't know what for me as a shop owner, I don't know what the right time of day to post is, but what is the right time of day to look at your phone?
Well,
how can you virtually assess when is the best time to see when new posts are being, shared and revealed? I'm at the point where if I make a post, it's on my schedule. I'm not
make it when you make it, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
I can't think about when is the most.
If we were that organized that we could schedule when we were going to post it and how we were going to post it. Geez, look at that.
Optimum time, really? Who? Let me look into my crystal ball.
Well, What are you going to
Too
do?
much. It's too much.
Well, of course, Dina, I still have my habitation, which it's habitation, isn't it?
Mhm.
Habitation, which I haven't done anything on. I did a couple of rows, but I'm still in the same color. And I have my sad to say Felix, which I had a mistake. My needle broke. So I had a delay in that. And I still,
Okay.
when you have a mess in the bag and you got to straighten it out.
It's in timeout.
for a little bit, And that's really all I've done. I haven't done anything else.
So like I said, I'm in the same boat. I have not been productive. And it's funny because now that we're going to have these, our goal is to podcast hopefully every week or every 2 weeks. You're certainly going to see minimal progress because how much can we do in a week?
And we've both said to each other, well, we have nothing to show. We have nothing, but you have plenty to talk about. There's always something to talk about.
Right. And it doesn't have to be about milestones or leaps. I feel like maybe that might have been the pressure that we shared or had in the past. We have nothing to show, therefore we won't podcast.
Correct.
At least I felt that way.
We have our beautiful faces to show.
Right, that's right.
The other thing, though, which is a very interesting thing to do also, it doesn't have to be something that maybe we have started or finished or whatever, but what do you have that if you could start anything, what have you found either on Ravelry or some other way on Instagram that you would like to start?
A project?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, have you seen anything on Ravelry that you would like to do or on Instagram that you'd say, gee, I wish I could start that now?
There's several things, not just one.
Can you show me one? I'll show you. I'll share one.
Okay. Share one of yours. I'll pull mine up. I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
Exactly. Well, the first place I'm going to look is in my favorites because I don't queue anything like you said.
So that's the thing. I don't queue anything.
I put things in my favorites. But the problem is I'm also bad at doing it because I don't know. I don't have it categorized properly. Sometimes I do and sometimes I don't.
So this is Magnolia Bloom.
I was going to show that.
I see. I beat you to it. Were you really?
I was. I absolutely was. But this is interesting.
Love this. Absolutely love it. Is there a glare? Can you see it?
No, I can put the phone a little closer so we can see more detail.
How's that?
Perfect. Isn't that lovely? We were saying, I think what they used in that, if I recall correctly, there were 4 yarns they held together, right? 2 mohairs and 2 something else's, right, Dina?
Right.
And we were saying, go ahead.
You were saying alpaca linen, and we were saying with mohair. It would give it a loftier look, maybe not as I don't think we would need as many strands.
No.
But I'm not sure. We'd have
because
to.
My Sunday cardigan, which you've seen, was an alpaca linen with a rauma. And what was the gauge on Sunday? 12 stitches. I think that's what the gauge on that thing is, right?
Right. And you use and that's exactly what you used. So, well, actually used alpaca linen with rauma. So maybe mohair would be too light. Maybe the right way to call it would be alpaca linen rauma, the Fennel Petite.
That could be, yeah, that could be. Here. Now this one,
I would also love to cast this on. There's something very geometric about this shawl. I just love it.
Like that, I do like that one too.
The almond shawl. We posted kits for that.
This is another one. This is called Chunky Dahlia Soho. I don't know if you and I have spoken about this, but look at that, Dina.
That's very pretty.
And that's
similar to the Magnolia Bloom, which I just shared.
It is. And you know what this one uses, held together, is Kos and tin mohair.
Oh, really?
Which are right behind you.
We have both of those yarns. Do you want me to get them?
Yeah. How pretty is that, Dina?
Very.
That's another one.
Yes.
That's another one.
Snowy Forest.
Yes, I like Snowy Forest. Yep.
So see, there are a lot of things. I have cast on itis. Don't get me started because I can't even knit what I have on my needles. Terrible.
And then the other thing I want to do is the Cloudbreak, right, Dina? The Cloudbreak from
to come in.
Hudson and West.
Did you want me to get?
I want you to grab a Kos and a mohair that go together.
I knew you were going to ask that they have to match. That's my problem.
Oh. But weren't you talking about getting more coats in?
Yes.
How about the gold? Do you have gold? No. This is good. That's a nice neutral.
Okay,
nice.
Hold on a second.
You're going to get us another one.
I'm going to try to, but I don't know if I will have luck.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, there are other yarns you can use too. You know, you can, if you have a close color, but you don't have the tin mohair, you can use another mohair.
So this is codes number 3532.
Is that a beige?
A beige.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty accurate.
Now,
there.
Dina, put your finger behind the strand of that so they can see what the coast, how it's got that little fluff to it.
Yes, ma'am. There you go.
See that? Look at that. Nice.
So it's nice and fluffy.
Yeah, that's nice. And hold that with a mohair. I bet you could even do that for the magnolia one, Dina.
Magnolia bloom, maybe. What was the gauge on it?
The magnolia bloom is 12.
What were we getting with the novice chunky? Was that 12?
That's a good
people were
12,
knitting this
14.
with, there it is together.
Yeah, there you go. I'm going to look that up.
Sorry, guys.
I'm going to look up the novice now that you mentioned that, Dina. The
Very
novice,
pretty.
If you know, the other thing to mention, didn't we have a customer this week who finished the novice first sweater?
Yes, that was Steve's daughter.
That
was lovely.
And that's a great project if you haven't made a sweater before.
For a newbie, right? For a newbie,
yep.
First time sweater knitter. That's a great cardigan to make. It's called the Novice.
Novice Cardigan Chunky Edition. The gauge on this is 14, Dina.
So it's a little bit less.
And that's the Novice.
Beautiful.
If you want a quick knit, an easy sweater, that's it. We've had customers who've made this out of.
Pardon?
I said we've had customers make it out of luft.
Yes.
From a wool rope, right? What were you going to say? You're going to transport yourself where?
To that location on the beach, on those like river rocks.
I know.
It's like, take me away. Calgon.
That'd be nice.
Hi.
Wouldn't that be lovely? So what else do I have? I just saw something else in my favorites, and I think, Dina,
are you wearing any knits?
No, I'm not wearing anything today.
I'm wearing my stone crop.
There you go. Dina had that reminds me of Rhinebeck 2019, right, Dina?
Yes, that's my steek. This was the first sweater I ever steeked.
And what did you use for that?
I used Fennel by Rama.
Fennel thing, with her.
And I used it with Dyed in the Wool from Spin Cycle. And this is Andrea Mowry's top.
Nice.
And I love it.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going back to my favorites, Dina.
Oh, we're still doing that?
Why not? Well, I'm going to just look. If something hits me that I really like, I'm going to show it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to share something new that just launched. This is called Promises in the Dark. I would knit
Oh, that's pretty. It's pretty. Is that mosaic?
It is. Cheryl
Nice.
Faust, her new design. It just launched on Ravelry.
Nice.
Not sure. You'd have to check. I could check my phone. She might still be offering a discount.
Now that's thicker than the one that you did. The
yes.
What's it called? The one you did.
Destination Unknown. That was done in the Dyed in the Wool, and I used Squishy.
That was fingering. This is like worsted.
DK and worsted, right? So this is using a DK weight. She's recommending DK to worsted. And it's using, the main color is using 385 yards, which would be your solid. And then the contrast color would be 300 yards. And for this sample, she used Spin Cycle for the contrast. And then she also used Harrisville Nightshades for the main color. Beautiful.
Nice.
Very pretty. So of course I made some kits, which are available online.
Are they online, Dina?
They're on the website.
Do you have them there with you
to
show?
I do. I was going to say, if you want, I could share them. I was going to do an Instagram live, but I could share them here first.
You can, yeah. We can do both, right?
We can do
both. Of course, it's easy for me to say.
So I guess if you don't mind just watching. This is called Lonely. It's by Suburban Stitcher. And it's kind of like a light wheat or like an eggshell color.
Oh, that'd be pretty with that, Dina.
This will go with Mississippi Marsala.
Very pretty.
So I thought it was lovely. You'll get a nice pop. We were thinking of high contrast combinations.
Nice.
And rather than putting it with natural or like a white, I thought this was a little bit softer.
Yeah, it gives it a little more interest too.
Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Very pretty. I like that one.
That's one. And then I have Germantown.
Oh, Germantown's lovely.
This colorway is navy.
Yep.
And it's a very deep navy. And paired this with Never Worry.
Nice. Oh, that's pretty.
Also very pretty.
Very pretty. Yep.
Lovely. And then we have Salty Dog. No, Stay Ready. Excuse me.
Oh, that's the dark one. I like that. What are you putting that with?
So I did the inverse. I think on my Destination Unknown, I knit it with black. But I'm pairing it here with the natural from Rios. This happens to be a very dark version of the Stay Ready.
You know what that reminds me of, Dina?
Your Courage shawl.
Exactly.
Right?
It does. It does look like my Courage shawl.
So I thought that was very pretty.
Yep.
And then we have Reaper's Rags. This is by
that's like a gray, dark gray, right?
This is a very dark gray, so or soft black, and paired that with Midsummer, which is really fun.
That's the pink one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, look at that. Very pretty.
That'll be fun.
Nice.
And then we have Spun Right Round Hoof It, which is a nice.
Oh, I love that color.
Brown.
Yep.
And I paired this one, Pam, with Deep Bump.
Let me see. Oh, that's that green color. Oh, that's pretty.
Love it.
Yeah,
that's pretty.
I like that. That goes well. Yep, that works.
I like that, and I like that it picks up. There's like a little bit like
gold in there.
Yes,
that golden color. It does. Very nice.
Then I have black. This here is with Pussy Willow.
Let me see that one.
I like this for all you yellow lovers. This one's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Very pretty. I like that.
This reminds me of one of our options that we were going for with the Courage shawl.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So that's another option.
Certainly does.
Then we have Jet, which is Squish DK. It's a black.
Yeah, that's the black now, yeah.
And I paired it with the Family Jewels.
Oh, that's pretty.
So again, you'll see a nice pop, high contrast. You can imagine the mosaic. And then we have Natural by Germantown. Now the kits are the prices of the kits vary based on the base.
The base, right?
I'm pairing it with. So some, you'll see a range 130 to I think 168 or something like that.
Depending on what it is.
This is Rusted Rainbow, and that's paired with Natural.
No, so now because they're using, you need 3 skeins of the
Dream State.
How come you need 3?
Because
is it 3? It's 150, is it?
Yes.
Oh.
Was it?
Is it? I think it's from when I looked.
It's only 2 skeins. Excuse me. So I have to reduce the kit cost.
Right, because it's 150 yards in that.
Yep.
And it's 300. Oh, that's better.
Well, that's good.
Better
$34 cheaper.
There you go.
I'll adjust that. Does that mean I have to retake the pictures?
No. Oh, you've got the 3 in the pictures.
Yep.
Jesus.
I'll just take it. So what? I'm not retaking the picture.
Just do an addendum. Whatever. Doesn't make a difference.
Sorry, guys.
Whatever. Listen, better that we find out now than later, right?
Yeah. So there's something very collegiate about this combination. This is Scarlet with Salty Dog.
Which one? Oh, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which school colors?
I like that. I love those colors.
These colors are great together.
Very pretty. The possibilities are endless. You could also go on the website and pick out
your own.
Create your own. You might have DK yarn at home. Then you just need the Dream State.
Exactly. I like this combination.
Oh, that's that plum color, right?
So this is Eggplant, and I paired this one with Lapis.
Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty.
Is that gorgeous?
That's going to sell, Dina.
That's a gorgeous one. And I have to say, I do like this one as well.
Which one is that?
Last but not least, this one is Mayak Black.
Oh, pretty.
With the Family Jewels. And it kind of reminds me, whoops, excuse me, Robin's Egg.
Robin's Egg, yeah.
Isn't that pretty?
Nice.
It kind of reminds me of this one.
Let me see. Yes, it does. It does. Hold it up again, Dina. Yeah, it does. That's beautiful. And the Mayak is what is the blend on the Mayak, Dina?
It is
yak, right?
100% baby yak. Yep.
Yep. There you go.
Nice and soft.
So you needed, how many of those did you need? 4?
4, because they call for 385 yards. 3 skeins would give you 375. We put the 4th in just in case.
Right.
But I will go back and reduce the cost of the kit because I have an extra skein in there.
But you have an extra skein of the other stuff in there. Okay, good. Good.
More work.
Oh, what are you going to do?
Those are our new kits.
And what is that called again?
That's called Promises in the Dark by Cheryl Faust. Okay. And again, we're Zooming, so I won't be able to put any edits. Like, it'll be in the show notes, of course. Everything will be linked below.
Right.
This is a pattern on Ravelry.
Lovely.
What else can we share?
There was something else we were going to share. What was it?
We could share that we have.
How about you? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say the Cloudbreak shawl.
Yes. Yeah. Definitely do that. And then you were going to talk about weren't you going to talk about the linning?
Yes, that's new.
That's new.
New, but not new. So we have new kits that are on their way. This is called Cloudbreak. It's designed by Melanie Berg, and she did a collaboration with Hudson and West.
Nice.
And I love what she wrote about it. A rainbow is a sign that a storm has passed and brighter days are here. And when you wrap yourself up in Cloudbreak, the subtle rainbow motif will be a reminder of just how powerful hope, joy, and love can be.
Good.
And that's exactly how I feel right now. I'm looking for that little rainbow.
Looking for that rainbow.
I am looking for that rainbow.
Well, with St. Patrick's Day coming, right? Isn't there a rainbow associated with St. Patrick's Day for some reason? I don't know, pot of gold.
I was going to say it's more like a pot of gold.
I like to think it's over the rainbow. I don't know. Who knows?
You go.
Who knows?
I realize that there's an error here, so I have to edit.
On the
post.
Yeah,
so that's really pretty. I think they use 11 mini skeins in this kit, 11 different colors of their welt, and it's paired with a main color. Mm-hmm. So we're looking forward to that coming in. They're available for pre-order.
And doesn't Hudson and West have like new pieces coming out or something like that? A new
ebook? Deep Winter 2021. They've shared some teasers about that. So that's kind of cute.
I saw a sweater and a hat, I think. Yeah. So maybe you sent it to me, I think, right?
They're releasing a few teasers. See, I've shared. I'm participating in the algorithm.
Again. Let's get everyone to participate. What you should do when Dina posts, you should save it.
Save, share.
Well, it does make, when you stop and think about it, it does make sense. If you're saving it and it's someplace that you can look at it, how many times do you see something on Instagram and you say, oh, you like it? But just because you like it doesn't mean you're going to find it again.
Oh, you probably won't. It's like in...
Right? It's like somewhere.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking that, maybe the saving thing is a good thing if we can access things that we save.
And then how are you going to filter your saves?
Well, how do you delete your saves?
Hello, exactly. Like you're going to save it. And then how long will you hold on to it? Then it's like emails. Where do you store it? How do you categorize it?
There's always got to be something.
How many emails do I have? It's ridiculous.
I know it's funny. My daughter was on my computer last week and she's telling me, you have 1,200 emails. I said, that's not bad. She said, that's a lot. I said, 1,200.
I'm ashamed to say, I'm not even going to announce what I have.
People
wonder why I don't get back to them because they get buried.
Exactly. Like, I said to my daughter, I said, that's not bad, 1,200. Come on.
It really isn't. I'm not even going to announce what I have.
Exactly.
Okay. So Pam mentioned we have new product in the shop. And it's new because it's back in the shop. We're super excited to have Linny. Pam, do you have your top available by any chance?
I will show it to you.
Santa's yarn. I hope we didn't cover this last time.
No, I don't think so. It wasn't in last week. We did it on a live, Dina.
See, everything's starting to melt together. So Santa's yarn, this is Linny. Linny is a beautiful fiber. We have had it in the shop since last summer. Actually, last spring, if I'm not mistaken, right, Pam?
We did it right after we closed, because that's what we did, the knit along with the group, right? And this is
there it is.
This is my
Ankers summer shirt.
Right. And it's just, short sleeves.
Can you bring it closer so we could see the detail on the yoke? There we go. So you see the ribbed yoke. Beautiful.
And then the sleeves. And I did it out of a color, I think it was called raspberry cream, right, Dina?
Yes, which is currently back ordered.
And it's a lovely yarn to knit with. Anyone who's knit this, I mean, we've had multiple people who've made it more than once, right, Dina?
Yes. This is one I would make again for sure, because I really enjoy mine, and I could see knitting it in another color.
The yarn is great. It's a it's
cotton, linen, and
right?
Viscose. It's a blend. Beautiful.
And I have to say, I always like when they put a little bit of acrylic in with cotton. To me, it makes it a little more easier to work with, I think.
Yeah, lighter and more flexible.
Right.
Definitely. So this is one colorway. I don't know the names. I want to say it might be petrol, but I'm not 100%. It's number 6554.
Mm-hmm.
It's a beautiful shade of blue. This is 6061. Almost looks like a slate.
Mm-hmm.
This is a soft black or a charcoal, 6080. And it's funny, you could see that it's not tonal, but you can kind of see the shading in the...
Because you have the linen mixed with the cotton.
Exactly. So It's not really a tweed, but there's definitely, I don't know can you see it on your sweater, Pam?
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to show up if I hold it up. Hold on.
This is 2113, a very pretty yellow. It doesn't really show.
But I love that color.
That's very pretty. And we have white, which is lovely. Color number 1002. I have more colors downstairs. The colorway that I knit was terracotta. I believe that's downstairs. Right. This is 2734. It's like a burnt sand.
Like it. And the problem we had with this was picking a color, because the colors are also beautiful. Nice, right, Dina?
Yeah.
We couldn't decide.
This is like a new pink. This one is 4323, which is very pretty.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that's a nice one.
Right?
It's almost like a rose gold pink to me.
Yeah, or like a clay, like
it's on the screen. It looks that way.
4612. This is like a light lavender almost.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's coming up as. Yeah.
I think this one is called Curry 2146.
Ooh, look at that. Pretty. That's a hot color.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Yes. And then we have black, which is $10.99.
Some of the colors we know, right, Dina?
Yeah. And that is it in the Linny. So we have new colors, so go check them out. There are lots of pretty patterns that support the yarn. I think the Mila top was...
Yes, that's what I'm just bringing the Mila top up right now.
Maybe you can look that one up.
Yeah, that's what I'm bringing.
The Ankers summer shirt is another one. We had promoted the Cheryl, which is a lacy top. The Mila top is striped.
Yes, but here's the Mila top.
Gorgeous. I love that top.
I think I have to make this one this year.
Yeah, that should be our new one, stripes, color work.
The white looks so crisp, doesn't it, in there?
Yep.
It looks like it's with that curry color you held up.
Yes, and then a pretty like powder blue. The powder blue I think was back ordered. I tried ordering it.
Well, that's because you got it there, right?
Hello.
I
should be taking notes.
But the Mila top also this top we've seen knit up in different ways, different stripe combos. Like there's this one that was just on all the stripes with two colors.
Right. So you can, the other one had more of a yoke and then a striped bottom. I think there are lots of variations in that. That's lovely.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's one that's 3 of them.
Say again?
There's one that has 3. That's my daughter calling me. I'm going to reject it. I'm trying to find another one that's striking.
Is the Cheryl there?
The Cheryl is not on Ravelry. That's the problem. The Cheryl, but I can find it for you if I go in the back way.
I think we have to.
I have to go into the yarn.
We have to sell the pattern though. Is that right? Hold on a second. Pam, can you hold the fort for a minute?
Yeah, I can. Well, the pattern Dina's talking about, it's Tiril, Tiril. It is not available on Ravelry. We had to buy the hard copy last year, which we did. And I'm going to show it to you if I can. We have a customer who made it. If I go into the yarn and into patterns, it'll come up. So I'm just going to scroll through a few. We have a customer who made it in that curry color, and it's beautiful. It's an open work pattern, right, Dina, the Cheryl?
Yeah. I thought I may have a hard copy, but I don't.
I don't. Yeah, we had a bunch of people who made it, right? I mean, we sold out of all. I think we ordered it twice, the pattern, didn't we?
Yes, it's a pretty lacy top. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up.
There's a person here who's got an emoji. They're standing wearing their sweater, and they've got an emoji covering their face, a smile face. Here she is. Okay, this is it. Here it is.
I feel like
this is it. Now she made it longer.
I think if you look up the yarn, it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Cropped version, right? Yeah, that's under the yarn.
What do you mean that's under the yarn?
I found that going through the projects for Linny. That's how.
Okay.
If you go to projects and type in Tiril,
you won't find it.
I won't find it?
Tiril? No. It's so interesting the way they have this marked. I think it's because it's translated. I have to say, it looks like the Anker summer shirt for the Line, the Sandnes Garn Line is probably the most popular top.
Yes. Well, and the other thing with that is that I think there's an Anker cardigan, a pullover. There are children's sweaters. There are hats, Anker hats.
Yes.
There are baby onesies with the Anker.
Yes, it's quite amazing. Petite Knit will do a design like we spoke about the novice. There's the novice pullover, the novice cardigan. There are variations of the different collections.
Right.
And unfortunately, you have to buy each one separately, which can kind of be annoying.
Right. Correct.
I noticed that a lot of designers are doing that lately. They're offering a top or offering a pattern, and then.
Well, listen. Let's talk about Stephen West.
Go ahead.
What does he call those things? What do they call? The honeycombs? The
one that I did, the stained glass.
No, that whole honeycomb thing that's in, you
painted
did
bricks.
Painted brick. Like
okay.
He's doing a lot of. He did it on the shawl. He's got the blanket now. It's a cute stitch, and it's a good way of incorporating color into
a design. But every time he releases a pattern, clearly it's something new. It's
right.
There's the painted bricks.
It's his
then
interpretation.
There's the then there's the asymmetrical. There's the hat. It's applied. That technique is applied.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'll show you something I wanted to make this year, Dina. I don't know what the name of it's going to be now, and I'm going to have to ask you because I'm not.
Okay, so here I found a client. I found a person who's making it.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, it's called Havre, but that's not it.
Oh yeah.
That's the Tiril.
Yeah.
By another person. You can't click on the pattern name though, and I'm still, down the rabbit hole looking for that.
You're gonna have to order some more patterns this year for that thing.
So if you express interest, you can always email me if that's something that you are interested in knitting. Here it is again. I think another person made it. There are several people who've made it. Not sure where they're getting the pattern from.
Mm-hmm.
This one's very pretty. This is more of like a tunic. She looks like she made it long sleeve, almost like Amy's.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Very pretty, all over lace.
Nice.
So that's pretty. So that's another garment. So the Mila top, the Tiril, and the Ankers summer shirt.
Right. And what's the gauge on Linny? Do they say 18 or do they say 20?
I want to say I think it's 20. Let me just have a look. 20.
It is 20. So there's a lot that you can do with that.
Yeah,
there's
very
really
flexible.
A lot you can do with that. Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And it's a very cost-effective yarn. It's not an expensive yarn.
Not expensive, right? So it's cost-friendly, which is nice. I think that was part of the popularity last year.
So the magic happens when you have a nice yarn and some nice patterns that can meet together. You have a lot of projects that are done, right, Dina?
Absolutely. I'm amazed at how many people made 2 Ankers.
Yes, yeah. Well, first of all, let's know, a short sleeve, so you don't have that whole sleeve
Very
thing
quick.
going on.
But people who did make a short sleeve, I have to say, went back and just extended the sleeves and made a long sleeve version. They liked it that much. But I think I would make a second short sleeve.
And as I said on my live, you know what? I hate to admit it, but I've put it in the washing machine.
Why? I think that's, you know what? I'm not mistaken. I had a conversation with Lori. It is machine washable.
Is it? Well,
yes.
It does well in my machine.
Yes, it is machine washable, 30 degrees, or cold water, machine washable, lay flat to dry. Don't put it in the dryer.
Yep. It's a great piece.
That's a great, it's a great yarn, and we love the yarn from that company, Santa's Yarn. So that's exciting. And should we talk about our winner?
Oh yeah, yes. Well, let preface it with what we did. I guess maybe does everyone know what you're giving away?
I could share.
It's for
last week we
4,000 subscribers, right, Dina?
Yes.
So I give away for that. Ooh, look at that. Do you have your piece with you?
I don't. I'm sorry.
That's
so
okay.
I think I could pull it up. Let's see if I have a picture of it. Did I post it? I did. Well, it's in the live though.
In the
there it is. I'm wearing it right there.
Yeah, there it is. Perfect. Yeah. There you go.
So that's my adventurous wrap using the Asylum Fibers.
The Advent set. Yep.
And what we decided to do is give away as a raffle if we hit 4,000 subscribers. So thank you. We did. The minis. So what I did is basically put all the minis back in the bags, and one lucky recipient is going to get to unravel.
And what did we say last week? We said that if you just comment and tell us what you're making, what you're working on, we would pick a winner. We had over 100 people who commented.
Yes, it was right. Nice. Thank you. We're really touched and moved. It's nice to be back. And we use number generator, number 71.
And who won it, Dina? Who won it?
Well, you went back and counted. Why don't you share the lovely news?
A lady by the name of Christa Landrith. Woo-hoo! I should hold her name up. I should hold her name up like they do on the Grocery Girls. The next time. Congratulations, Christa. Now, Christa, I know we've spoken to her. She's currently making the Dianella. Is that the name of that project?
That pretty wrap, yes. And we actually have to ship out a skein to her. So in addition, we're going to ship to her the balance of my kit. Congratulations.
Christa, enjoy.
Lucky you. Now,
I know.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you were to just take one repeat off, you'd be able to make the same shawl. I don't know.
Same number of stitches, same cast on you're talking about.
No, don't use the same cast on. I would take
take off one repeat that way.
Because if I'm not mistaken, it was less than a skein. It was a mini skein to start. It was 87 yards, and I used more than half.
A little more than half. So you can achieve the same shawl with one repeat less. So instead of 18 or 15 inches, it's a few inches less. It's not a big deal. Not even really. Yeah. Well, congratulations. If you have any questions, Christa, you can call Dina or, email her or whatever, and she'll give you more specifics about that. But
I tried to put every color in its respective day. So hopefully it'll be easy for you to figure out. And I'm super excited. We'll be twinning.
Exactly. Congratulations.
Yes.
If we had applause, we'd put in some applause.
I know. I don't have all my
some cheers.
Exactly.
Well, I hope she enjoys that. I'm sure, who wouldn't, right? Why not?
Yes. Who wouldn't is right. So we have a winner. We announced our new products, our whips, which was
our lack of progress thereof, but that's okay.
No FOs, but we certainly reached some milestones.
Exactly. The number of we'll try to get something done for next week that we can add to, right? How's that sound?
That sounds good. I'd be happy if I got my second color wound on my Kuffel and I got into my color work.
Yeah,
a small milestone. Oh, speaking of Kuffel, I've been getting a couple of emails, phone calls, people requesting to be a part of our knit along.
Mm-hmm.
And they want to know if they can join in if they didn't buy the yarn from us. And yes, we are not excluding anybody. You are more than welcome. You can join our Ravelry page. In the group is the Kuffel discussion, the Kuffel knit along, and you are welcome to join our Zooms if you care to.
Right.
So yes, everyone is welcome.
And the Zooms, are they recorded, Dina?
I believe I did record one. I've missed the first one, and I do need to upload Zoom. So I apologize that I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
I've had my hands full.
That's fine.
Fine. To say the least.
Listen, you can, when something's recorded, you can watch it whenever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It doesn't make a difference.
Right. I'm just wondering, I mean, obviously you'd only watch it if it if it was of interest. It's not like it's like a podcast that we're covering.
Although you'd be surprised, like if you ever find yourself knitting and there's like nothing on TV to watch, I'd rather sit and watch a knitting podcast, right?
The Kuffel knit along at the knitting place.
Exactly. You never know.
You never know. You're more than welcome. I will get that up, I promise. And but speaking of, are we Zooming tonight? Are we doing
it? Has anyone messaged you, Dina?
No.
About it? No.
Maybe I'll do a post.
Yeah, do both. Yeah, if you do it, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, the first Zoom we did, you had over 30 people on, didn't you?
Yes, and for some reason, thank you for bringing that up. It's my understanding that a lot of people have been having trouble getting on the Zoom. There's a Zoom meeting ID and there's a password. Apparently, you need to update your app or the application on your laptop or on your phone. Thanks to Emily Tam. She's
telling me that. But now, I said that to someone last week and they said that, I'm not sure if they said they had done it and they Zoom every day for work and they weren't having a problem. But I don't know. Emily updated mine on my computer and that was fine. I mean, I was able to get
You had no issue getting on right now, correct?
No. I didn't have an issue getting on. The test will be when we Zoom. Yeah. Because last week I got on when we Zoomed, right, our podcast.
Right.
So, but I mean,
I apologize for any frustration this may cause you.
But check your Zoom updates. Check your Zoom updates.
Right. That's as much as I know. I've created a waiting room so that I know that if
I let the people in, right?
I let the people in. I understand that was a roadblock, so I've created. It's a roadblock for me, but apparently this waiting room.
Our own challenges. So anyway, so we usually use the same. We usually use the password of Kuffel, right?
Yes, and yes. I think we bounced. One time it was Kuffel Cal, and I think I will go back to Kuffel Cal.
All caps.
All caps. Try to keep this simple.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. So if you do experience frustration, there's nothing I can do. I appreciate.
We've never had that before with any Zooms that we've done. It's never been a problem.
No, I appreciate the direct messaging on my Instagram or if you email me. Mm-hmm. There's literally nothing I can do. I'm letting everybody in. I'm not closing the door to anyone. Mm-hmm. Again, update your app, update your computer, make sure that all your settings are correct, and hopefully you will have easy access. If anybody has any tips further along or to process,
my biggest problem with updating my Zoom is that you have to know your computer ID. Your Zoom ID, your Zoom password. I'm saying my daughter, Zoom password? Who knows what my Zoom password is?
See, now, you mentioned that. That's why I need to bring my laptop home. Because it's memorized. It's like saved on my laptop. I can't Zoom on my iPad because I have no clue what my passcode is.
Right. And I usually save that kind of thing. And there's one like default that I always go to, but my computer ID, again, I wasn't home when she was asking me these questions, and I'm like, I can't answer that now. I have information at home. I can't tell you now. How many passwords and IDs, Dina, how many passwords and IDs for this, for that, for the other thing? Who knows?
It's crazy.
Right. So anyway.
And you're not supposed to use the same one.
Of course. Can you imagine? And then, it's funny when I'm at school, they'll say, oh, every 6 months you have to put in your password. And what, are you kidding me?
I think my accountant says I have to change my password every month.
Oh, get out of here. Then you totally be out of touch. Hey, Dina, do you see what I have over there? Look at that.
Are those hydrangeas?
Yes.
From where?
Katie and Meredith gave me fresh hydrangeas for Mother's Day. Listen to me, Mother's Day.
Valentine's Day? That's beautiful. Turn the screen. Let us see them. They're so pretty. That's gorgeous.
I mean, they're prettier than they're farther away, but they're very pretty and they're white. Very pretty, right? Yeah. I took a picture yesterday that I should post on Instagram. I took a picture with the candle lit. I said, I'm going to be like some of those posters, they put flowers with the candles burning.
Then a hot simmering cup of tea, the steam coming up.
I did, but I didn't do it.
You should.
Anyway.
Lovely. I have an announcement to make.
What's
My
that?
plant that you have gifted me has pups.
Yeah. Oh, it does. Yeah. Little tiny pups coming up. Very good. Yes. Good for you.
Yes. I forgot the proper name of the plant.
There isn't. My kids know it. It begins with a P.
Yes. It's a long name, but very pretty.
Well, it's Chinese money plant is what they call it. But the
pancake was another one.
Pancake was another one. Yes. You want to see mine?
Yes.
Do you want me to show it to you?
Yes. Go get
This is the mama plant.
This is the mama. So Pam was very sweet. She gifted me one of her pups, and now it's thriving in my house, and I'm super excited, and I'm hoping that, oh my God, look at how big it is. That is crazy.
Look at that.
So mine is like on the first tier of yours, and my pups aren't as big as yours.
I've taken about 5 pups out, and one of them I gave to Dina, but if you look, you can't see. If you look in here, you can't tell. There are all pups in there.
Yeah.
But how great is that?
It's fabulous.
But I really think, in all honesty, I think this cold weather is it's too cold for my plants.
It looks happy.
Yeah, it's fine. But I think it could be. I actually think I gave it too much water last week, Dina.
It actually looks very happy, though.
It does, right?
I'm hoping to gift one of my pups to Danielle because she's getting into plants.
Isn't that funny when you stop and think about what comes from the mother plant?
It's crazy. It's like my starter.
Correct. Can you give me starter?
I can.
Can you?
I thought you didn't want to bake.
Well, I've had some starter. It doesn't mean I'm going to make it stay for a year, but I can bake.
Oh, Pam, you've got to feed the starter.
Oh yeah, I know you do.
And I have to admit, I'm not the one taking care of it. It's Zach.
If he's not there, you must feed it. Or does he put it in the refrigerator?
We put it in the refrigerator, so it's like quiet.
Close it down. I have yarn stuck around my leg. That's why I'm bending down.
That's a hazard. Be careful.
You give me some starter, and look what I'm going to give you. Watch.
What's that?
Vanilla.
Is that your vanilla? Oh my gosh.
Homemade
vanilla. How amazing is that?
You like that?
Yummy.
And you see the tag on it? Ready 226. Which, I mean, you don't have to use it. You can use it whenever.
You don't understand. I can't wait to bake with that.
It takes 2 months. You know how much you'd have to pay to get this much vanilla?
No.
In the store, you get that little bottle.
Yes.
Thing they give you.
Much better. That's vanilla extract? Is that from a bean?
Yeah, you can't see it really because it's dark. Maybe you can if I hold it up. It's, you see the vanilla beans in there?
No. How many did you have to put in there?
Oh gosh, this was a lot. There's probably about at least 8.
Look at the color on that.
8 to 10, and it's vodka mixed with vanilla beans. It smells delicious.
I can't wait. So wait a second. What kind of vodka did you use? Does it matter?
I used what I might have used. It was Emily's. It was I can see the name and I can't think of what it's called.
Kettle One.
Might have been Kettle One.
Very cool. That is fun.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah. Thank you, Pam.
I have to get some more, but
like
this trade-off. I need starter.
Hey, I'll get you starter, and we'll have an even swap.
We'll have a swap. So
Awesome.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, I can't show you my starter because it's at home, but I promise I'll have it for you next time.
And can I talk about something else, Dina, while we're talking about non-knitting?
Sure.
Dina and I have started to journal.
It's been a challenge.
Have you journaled?
A little bit.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I mean, not really journaling in the sense that
you're not writing down your thoughts of every day. What are you writing in it?
It's more of like, I guess, tasks, goals, lists of things to do. Mm-hmm. I found lately that I'm overwhelmed, especially now.
Yeah, well, now, yeah, sure.
And it's funny, when the more overwhelmed I am, the less I write it down. So
that's probably when you should write it more down, right?
I was just going to say, which is when I really should be writing things down, because it'll give me a sense of calm, like a point of like control.
Right.
Otherwise, everything goes away, and it's hard.
Well, what I was thinking was another good thing about the journal is that when you're in the moment, you remember everything, and you think you're going to remember everything in the moment. And I'm not even talking about necessarily a task. It could just be, when did I do that? When did that happen? How often do we say that, right? We think it was 2 months ago, and it turns out it was 6 months ago. And
it's crazy how time flies.
So to journal things that it could be the weather. We had a blizzard today. We had 8 inches of snow. It could be, I finished a project. I started something. Or whatever. I ripped it out today, or whatever it might be. It could have nothing to do with knitting. But don't you think that's a good thing to do?
Definitely. Like I think about, we spoke about doing a virtual knit along again this year with Sharon from the Modern Skein.
Yes.
And I've had a major setback, my life at home.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
It's been crazy not being able to actually run the store properly. I just don't have my mind.
Well, you know what? You're thrown off because your routine is gone, number one.
I have zero routine right now. I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, okay, I need to get home.
Okay, well, I don't want
to. No, I mean, it's just like that anxiety. So I'm just off kilter. So even if I, like, I would have that, okay, March 1st, we want to do the knit along. I just can't face that date right now.
Right.
Dates that I can't face, like even if I had it written, maybe that's why I'm not writing things down right now, because of just feeling more overwhelmed.
Right.
By the fact that I need to face it.
Right. Well, listen, you know what? You do as much as you can.
Yeah.
You do as much as you can, and you just take it from there.
Right.
Cool. And what would be the big deal? If you don't do something on the 1st of the month, you do it on the 15th.
Right. I have to reach out to Sharon. Stay tuned, everyone. It will happen.
Sharon's in the middle of an ice storm down there in Texas. They're like,
how crazy is that?
Did you hear about that?
It's crazy. I saw Moondrake also. Rochelle was saying how she's not going to be able to work for a few.
Right.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Right. And they were saying that the wind, and I'm not using the right word, but the wind powered, not the windmills, the things that create power. They're frozen solid.
Really?
Yes.
When has that ever happened?
People are sitting in their cars for heat because they're telling people the grid can't support the demand.
Wow, that is
so people are sitting in their cars for heat.
They better knit faster.
Yes, one woman was saying
that's not even funny.
Her kids are in school, so they were in school in the car, virtual. Crazy, right?
That's rough. That's not even funny.
I don't know what I'm stuck around. I've got yarn stuck around something.
You look very distracted.
I've got yarn wrapped around my feet. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say maybe we should wrap it up.
Yep, sounds good.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you for supporting us and watching us. And hopefully you've enjoyed this past. I don't know how long we've been recording, but whatever it is, it looks
well. I would also say follow us on Instagram, subscribe to the podcast, use the Ravelry FO thread, become a member on Ravelry. We're not asking for much, are we?
No.
Oh, and also, if you follow us on Instagram, save us.
Right. And share our posts.
Yeah, there you go.
We want to mix up the algorithms now.
You got it.
Bye, everyone.
So
Thank
long.
you. Let's see.